Hello, this is Dr. Glenn Shepard, and welcome to my video. I have a series of videos on Freedom, Love, and Joy channel. I hope you watch and subscribe. I've written a series of books too. These two: Transformation of Human Consciousness by Design and Freedom, Love, Joy Movement. And these videos kind of explain a lot of the concepts that are in those books. And the large concept I'm trying to promote is the idea that we need to change schools. Basically, we need to completely change schools the way they are now, and we need to do it in a way that will help us change the world. Okay, that's my premise, that we change our school system, we change our philosophy of life as a society, the one that we embrace the obtainment for freedom for everyone, and love for everyone, and joy, happiness for everyone in the world. Okay, and elimination of standardized tests is a big one on the priority list in changing schools. Okay, we don't need standardized tests, and this is what this video was espousing. Okay, what do standardized tests do? Well, they do a lot of damage, that's for sure. They're supposed to measure a person's knowledge level on a certain content and whatnot, and to meet certain standards that somebody is created, and but they're biased. Okay, they're very biased. They stick to knowledge level because they're multiple choice. Okay, I call them multiple guess. My wife likes to tell the story when she was taking a exam for college to go placement into Spanish. She had taken tests all day long, and she was exhausted, and she came to the placement test for Spanish, and she literally guessed. I mean, she didn't just read it and then guess. She literally just marked like a pattern, figured out a pattern, of how it works. And she placed in advanced Spanish in college, and she told her professor, I guessed at this, and they didn't believe her. They just didn't believe you can do that. But it is multiple guess. There's 1 out of 4 chances you get it right, and if you get a lucky day, if it's your unlucky day, you won't. But it's really biased toward people who are higher income. That's why it perpetuates the whole system for the rich. The school system is set up, and the grades and these standardized tests are set up, and they completely favor people with money, children from a higher background and whatnot. Their language they use in the test, they're familiar with these kind of tests, but they also, not only are they biased and unfair, and but it only leaves a little bit of feedback. It's kind of like with grades. It's very limited feedback, in just a standardized test. We use tests all the time. Teachers, I'm not saying don't get rid of tests. Teachers use tests every day. They test. If it happens to be a little test or a minor test or sometimes longer test of knowledge, and use the multiple choice things, but they don't use it as a high stakes. See, that's the problem. We're using it with high stakes, and students are just getting stressed out. They don't need that pressure. It doesn't tell them or their parents a whole lot. They're not fair. They are multiple guess. Okay, and some students will do better say with an oral exam, type thing. They have trouble with just the test itself. You see, so there's a lot of problems with those high stakes standardized tests. Use it like I have discussed in other videos for like mastery learning. Then you use tests quite a bit and see if it's suitable, and checking out how well they've mastered knowledge level or this or that. But there's an awful lot of other skills that we need to measure, not just from a test. Well, what are the trends? Is this even a possibility? You say, well, there's no way we're going to get rid of standardized tests, but actually the trend has been moving away from standardized tests for the last several years, because I've been in education for over 50 some years, and I've seen the trends and I've seen the research, and it's moving away from it because there are so many problems with using those kind of high stake tests. And so right now there's only a few, maybe 6 or 7 maybe states that use it for high school graduation. I mean, it's really high stakes, and then there's more and more schools, though, are looking at other factors than tests, because they realize those tests are, you can't just take one test and say that's it. And then there's about 80% of the colleges that are test optional, as far as SAT or, standardized test goes. And then it really gives you a lot less reliable feedback on the student learning process. That's a trend that people in higher education and businesses are beginning to think, that it's not very reliable. That we do need more feedback. So the trend is they're going out of trend, okay, basically, and we're looking for other ways of showing assessment. So what's the solution? I've talked about this in the video just recently on elimination of grades and grade levels. We don't need grades or grade levels. Children do not need those. We've created that system for grades, grade levels, standardized tests. Well, this is what we need to do, is get rid of those. That's our first step, because I've also created other videos about creating constructive schools, and having children move from one level to the next, or 1 year to the next. You really don't have to be able to call them levels. You just for 12 years or so you go to school type idea. But children need to learn so many other things. They need to organize and reflect on their own learning. They need to socialize with other people, learn how to do that, work in groups, and they need to synthesize, create things on their own, use their own minds, and they need to write their own stories, maybe publish their own books or writings of fiction or nonfiction, and they get feedback, from adults, parents, teachers, other students, and then they edit their work. Okay, and so you put them in a learning environment in which they investigate the world. Okay, like I developed a program or a method I call the probe method, where people investigate in a thorough manner about any topic or question or problem. And that's how you learn, okay? In a more holistic way. Okay? And so there are solutions. We don't need to, to use tests or grades anymore. Okay, so I come back to my belief that we can design a new school system, and we should. And we should design a new school system. I think first thing we can really do is eliminate grades, grade levels, and eliminate these high-stakes testing. That's one step we can do now. We need to have a movement. Say, let's do this. Start making these changes because we can move to a constructivist school system by designing it using the instructional design process, which I have another video about, and we make the goals for these students the attainment of freedom. As I have discussed the importance of freedom, I have a video on freedom, I have one on love, and I have one on joy, explaining the importance and how those fit in with the need of our evolutionary process to transform our consciousness to a higher level of consciousness based on freedom, love, and joy. Okay, so I would like for you to join me at Freedom, Love, and Joy channel and see my other videos. I also have a website at freedomloveandjoy.com. And on my channel, please subscribe. I would appreciate subscribers. And if you're interested as well, books are on Amazon.com, Transformation of Human Consciousness by Design, and Freedom, Love, Joy Movement. Okay? So thank you for listening. Right, bye.